This is 3 News Daily.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Thursday, June 15th. I'm Stephanie Haney here with what's happening here in Northeast Ohio. And before we get going today, I just want to apologize if you hear a little extra noise. We've got some construction happening on the roof here. So if you hear something, don't worry, that's all it is. All right, now we start with a string of car thefts in Cleveland. And we've had multiple stories like this in the past few months. And this time, the people doing this are targeting employee parking lots at the Cleveland Clinic. When a clinic police officer responded to a call about cars being stolen, they ended up injured. The driver of a suspected stolen van, not a Kia or a Hyundai, crashed into the hospital police car. This witness saw it happen.
Officer was taken into the hospital with a neck brace. I believe he was injured.
Now, he was injured, but we can tell you this afternoon we learned that the officer was discharged from the hospital with minor injuries. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about these thefts. And a few hours before that happened, there was another attack and vehicle stolen in Cleveland. A man was assaulted in the parking lot of the Thirsty Parrot near Progressive Field. Police say 2 men got out of a car, assaulted the man, and stole his 2019 Dodge Ram. According to Cleveland police, vehicle thefts are up more than 85% from this time last year. That is a significant jump. Okay, now to 3 more stories we're following here in Northeast Ohio. The rise in violent crime in the city of Cleveland has inspired a chef and business owner to take action. Brandon Krostowski says EDWINS Leadership and Restaurant Institute will be collecting guns from people who want to voluntarily turn them in. Now, if you're a customer who turns in a gun, you'll receive a $250 credit that can be used at any EDWINS location. Krostowski's goal is to get 100 guns off the streets of Cleveland by the end of July. And after 45 years, the family of a missing Cleveland woman has answers, but it is not a happy ending. This is Florence Charleston, and she moved from Cleveland to Portland, Oregon in the early 70s and then lost contact with her family. Well, recently, her remains were discovered in a garment bag near Reno, Nevada. Detectives sent those remains to a private lab, and there they were able to use DNA analysis to identify the remains as belonging to Florence. Detectives don't know, however, how she died, but from the way she was found, that story is probably not a good one. And the Ohio House has passed a new bill that would require all schools and a lot of sports facilities to have an AED. That's the machine used to help people experiencing sudden cardiac arrest. It would also require staff to be trained in how to use the device and an emergency action plan to be created for every location where the device is. Plus, the bill reiterates the importance that coaches are CPR certified. Now, advocates from all over Ohio were at the State House when it passed, and that includes Denzel Ward's mother, Nicole Ward. Now, Denzel Ward is a player for the Cleveland Browns. His mother, Nicole, started an organization to bring awareness to heart health. That's after her husband and Denzel's dad died from a sudden cardiac event. Now, in more health news, today kicks off Black Family Cancer Awareness Week, and African Americans have the highest mortality rate for most major cancers. Our Danielle Wiggins is showing us the action being taken to raise awareness and offer free screenings.
I had a cyst the size of a man's fist, and it was cancerous.
Andrea Mitchell is one of the 11.5 thousand new cases of cervical cancer the CDC says are diagnosed each year.
And then that's when the projectile tears came, because it was like, what? You know, it's the last thing I ever thought of.
Mitchell was diagnosed in 2009. She was a single mom in her late 30s.
People hear cancer and they're afraid.
That fear? Understandable, especially for people of African descent. According to the National Library of Medicine, Black women are 41% more likely to develop cervical cancer than white women and are 75% more likely to die from it. In Ohio, the female breast cancer mortality rate is highest among Black women. And for Black men, they are over 2 times more likely to die from prostate cancer than white men.
Cancer does not always equal death. Early detection really does help to save lives.
Now, that was Chris Austin from the Comprehensive Cancer Center at Case. The center is one of several organizations coming together to offer free screenings to the people who are most vulnerable to cancer. Screenings for breast and prostate cancer will take place at the Third Space Action Lab on Monday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you'd like to get screened, you can call the number on your screen. We also have it listed on WKYC.com. And if you don't have insurance, there are still options available. You can check our website for more information about that. Now, this is an interesting program happening in the city of Akron. You may have heard of No Mow May. That was controversial, of course. Well, now there's a program called Mow to Own. Earlier this week, the city of Akron announced it has 44 vacant lots that are up for grabs, and all you have to do is mow the grass to get them, like own them. Yes, this is not a joke here. Here's how this works. Neighboring property owners and nonprofits could be eligible to buy city-owned property next to what they already own for the cost of what the city would have to pay someone to mow the lawn from the time a contract is signed through closing. They'd also have to pay standard closing fees, so that could be just $100. Eligible residents will be notified in the next 2 weeks. This program started in 2020, and since then, the city has transferred more than 100 vacant lots to neighboring property owners. That is incredible. And here's something that's pretty incredible for an Ohioan. Nobody won the $340 million Powerball jackpot in the lottery drawing from Wednesday, June 14th, but there was a lucky ticket sold in Ohio that hit a $1 million prize. That lucky ticket was sold at Marathon Food Mart in Fairfield, that's just outside of Cincinnati. And the lottery officials here in Ohio say the numbers on the winning ticket were picked by the player who just missed the jackpot by not matching the Powerball. So that person's lucky numbers were 3, 20, 36, 42, and 64. And that Powerball that they just missed, that was 4. Congratulations to them. All right, thanks for being with us today for this edition of 3 News Daily. Whether you're watching us on YouTube, Instagram, WKYC Plus, or listening on your favorite podcast platform, we appreciate you. Have a beautiful Thursday. We'll be back more tomorrow with your top stories from Northeast Ohio. Have a great day, everybody.